Last, I don't know. It might be the last creature, at least for this series. I guarantee you I'm forgetting about one, but for right now, there's gonna be the last one. Obviously, like I said at the beginning of this series, I make up shit all the time, but for right now, this will be the last one in this series. So today we're gonna be talking about two creatures. Yeah, it's gonna be two creatures. Okay, I technically didn't make these up like originally, like just in the lore. I made them up on the fly because my players in my D&D campaign that you can watch on twitch.tv at literaldemon_, they ran in, it was pretty much, I rolled like an encounter and made up some creatures on the fly, and I ended up liking them a lot. So we'll talk about them, fuck it. We're talking about today the Chameleon Leopard and the Chameleon Jaguar. Now, to state, they are very similar creatures, however, they are not the same. We'll list them off one creature at a time. So we will start with the Jaguar. Now, obviously, both these creatures get their names for the obvious reason. They're really good at blending in with their environments. And both of them are large predator cats, ambush types. The differences come in with the Jaguar. Rather than it being like it can fully blend into an environment, the Chameleon Jaguar's pelts, like its fur itself, is like, you know, generic green color that can easily blend in with the jungle terrain. However, it gives off a pheromone that there's not a lot of research that's gone into it, at least people who have, you know, lived to tell the tale, where it either makes people hallucinate and think that they do not see the creature that is literally in front of them, or it just plays tricks on your brain to where it kind of just like creates a blind spot of some sort. There's a lot of speculation around it, at least that's how I'm doing the lore, because it sounds cool. However, most people, usually when they start seeing they start hearing the sounds that they usually make, and they start seeing the weird haze, because there's like, think like how you would see like a mirage, there's like a haze that exists just naturally around the Chameleon Jaguars. Once you start seeing that, most people just quickly leave the premises, so they do not have to deal with the ensuing violence. Now, the Chameleon Leopard is different. Rather than it having a haze that exists around it, it can fully turn invisible. Like, not like, oh, it can like completely like change its coat to like slightly blend in with the surroundings. No. It has the ability to turn fully invisible. Lore-wise, it's what the people in my world make invisibility cloaks. And for obvious reasons, this is quite a terrifying creature that can just turn invisible because it's also a predatory cat. So the only problem you run into with this situation, at least the Jaguar has, like, you know, the telling signs. Like, of course, both of them make sounds. Both of them make very similar sounds, which makes them more horrifying because you could easily mistake one for the other. Like, they're both equally dangerous, just one can fully disappear while the other one you have like signs going into it. They're scary creatures. That's just what I am hinting at here. Other than that, though, there isn't really anything extra on them. Well, the Jaguar actually has like mosses and stuff that grow on its fur for it, like, you know, the further blend in, even though it doesn't really need it. But like mosses and stuff actually grow on its fur. As I was recording this, I just realized that there was another creature that I did make up at the same time as I made. Fuck it, we're gonna put them all in the same video, cause why the fuck not? That's about it for those two. However, we have this one we'll talk about as well. It's so to preface this, you know how you have like the regular doppelganger in like D&D, it can turn into like, you know, the different humanoid and stuff like that, cause all types of ensuing chaos and stuff like that. I made like, I call it the lesser doppelganger, which is a misleading name, a very much misleading name, because, you know, lesser ensues that it's a weaker creature. No, the only reason it's known as the lesser doppelganger because it doesn't turn into creatures that can speak. It can turn into any other creature. It doesn't turn into humanoids, it turns into bears, dragons, other creatures of that nature, and can swap in and out of those. Horrifying. But I made those up at the same time. Once again, they showed up in my campaign that I was playing with the other players. One of them made a really bad roll. Just so happens during the encounter, this thing was chasing them, but it was disguised as a chameleon leopard. And then the whole encounter was a fucking mess. But long story short, they pissed it off and I was chasing them for like the longest time. Either way, that kind of sums it up. It doesn't do anything that's super crazy. Like I said, it can just turn into other creatures kind of just whenever the fuck it wants to. Like, as long as it's like, for the most part, it seems like they've had the creatures had to encounter the creatures it turns into. But like, nobody knows how long these things live because, for obvious reasons, they're not exactly easy to find when they can turn into other things. Like, they can change sizes, you know, grow larger, grow smaller, so it's a little harder to keep track of them or even identify that this is a lesser doppelganger, which is why in most circles, some people still think they're myths. But like, you know, the more well-informed, they're used to make a magic item in my world that I made up called the Charlatan. But other than that, those three creatures about do it for this series. Thank you everybody for stopping by. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, you know, sticking this far along in the video. You know, I appreciate you watching my content as much as I say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, you know, maybe consider subscribing, liking the video. You know, if you have any other questions about any of my content, my world, you know, that good stuff, leave a comment. I would love to answer any questions you guys have. But yeah, that does it for the video. I have to like look and see what I want to cover next, and that'll be the next series, but I will see everybody in the next video. Thank you, and gabagoo.